So I just got home from shooting something at the lake because I was feeling very down, not myself, and I felt like I had to speak. Get home and I just did a little loop where I'm feeling much better and myself. And some people are going to say, well, you just filmed 5 minutes ago not feeling yourself with all these symptoms, and then you get home and you feel okay. And they would say, well, that's confusing. I don't get it. You're confusing me. Is this true? I wish I could answer it 'cause I don't know the answer myself and how it changes. It goes up and down. Mental health, not very easy to talk about. People could have anxiety, depression, anxiousness, OCD, sleepless nights, anorexic, bulimic, and the list goes on. And it's very difficult to talk about. And I will admit, I do struggle with mental health for years down the road. And for years also it was controlled. And I didn't plan this. I didn't write stuff down to say. Just it's gonna come out the way I feel. And it might be all over the place. But that's how I work. That's how I operate. I suffer from depression, anxiety, OCD, panic attacks, anxious all the time, hypersensitive. Some days I don't even know what's causing it all. And that's one of the issues with mental health is we know some of the triggers and sometimes we don't. We could be having a great day and just out of nowhere we could all of a sudden just feel very depressed or panic sets in and we don't even know where it comes from. So when people ask us, well, what's causing this panic attack or anxiety, and you say, I don't know, and they reply, well, something had to trigger it. Really, we don't know and we wish we did. I shot something yesterday that unfortunately didn't turn out. And it was one of those days where I was having an episode and not feeling myself, and I wanted to film it how different you are and how you feel and act, and you just feel very alone, not yourself, and just, you feel like you're the problem. It's a weakness you have. You cause all these issues to people. And then I got home from filming that and I felt perfectly fine. I felt myself again. I felt free, strong, happy. And I filmed it and I was saying how, showing the comparison, and people would say, well, that's confusing. You were just feeling this way a minute ago, not yourself, and now you're okay. That's very confusing to me. Like, I don't get it. And it also makes you feel, well, they think I'm lying. But really, we're not lying. It's true. And we don't know what causes it. We wish we did. And if we did, it would be, mental health would be well maintained, better out there and talked about. Just like you hear about people who have alcoholics or drug addicts, it's all out there and it's just heard about. Mental health is just coming out, I find. We have one day which is called Bell Talk that is talked about the most, and then it goes back to where you don't hear about it until the next year. Where I think it needs to be talked about regularly, and even though it's not easy, and I know I'm one of those people who I have a hard time communicating about it, and I just feel scared to let it out because I feel like people don't get it. If they don't suffer from mental health, they don't get it, which is understandable. It's very hard to know how to help someone or how their brain operates. And I don't blame them when they don't know how to help me. It's because it's not their fault. It's not my fault either. But you have to listen to us when we do try to talk to you. If we say we don't know what's causing it, we really don't know. And if we do know, just give us some time, it will come out. And I find people with mental health, if you talk to someone who suffers the exact same way you do, it is very easy to talk about, and you can go on hours and hours and you feel this relief after. You just feel like you let go of a whole bunch of bricks off your body and felt like you never were going to. Now, for myself, I found mental health really hit me around 2008, and it went on for a few months, but then I had it under control and I felt way better. I went through some episodes, but I did what I had to do. I started off a new path, and that ended up me being registered massage therapist for 11 years now. But when 2020 hit, it just went in a downward spiral, up and down mountains, and COVID did not help. And we all know this. COVID hurt a lot of people. Mental health became a lot worse for everyone, but we're all struggling in our own ways with it on how we deal. Now I'll show you some clips after on how I cope with my mental health. But before COVID, I had soccer every week where I got to go play the sport I love, see the friends that I love, and talk to. I went into a gym where I got to do my workouts to release stress and socialize with people I knew or I didn't know, but we became friends. And going outside with family and friends and doing functions and events and seeing people, those were all releases for me. So when those were all taken away, I felt very lost. I had no other coping mechanisms because working out at home did not work out for me at the time. It just made it worse. I had no energy for it. I needed to go into a gym. And I don't really want to talk about this right now because, like I said, with mental health or even just communication, is some things don't come out right away. But 2020 also caused other issues, but in issues that I learned in good ways and in bad ways. I learned a lot about myself. And that's where I'm at this point now, is I'm healing and I'm learning about myself and how it's okay to say no, how it's okay to express what you feel, how it's okay to express your needs. And if someone they can't give you those needs or can't help you out, they need to tell you that. Someone with mental health or even who's an overthinking, you can't beat around the bush or say very little because you don't want to hurt them. Because in the end, when we find out the truth, it hurts us even more. Or when you leave those little gaps for us to think, it's way worse. We thought of 1,000 scenarios that our minds are already on this racetrack. It's on a racetrack already, all day. So when our overthinking comes into play, it's not easy to come out of. You are struggling inside to get yourself to calm down, to think of the positive, but you're battling yourself. That's pretty much what every day is. It's a battle. It's very draining, very exhausting. And sometimes we just need that alone time to when we can finally just relax and just take that breath. I made it through a day. I showed myself the strength I have to get through any kind of episode that someone suffers from. And I'm leaving out a lot of detail in my own life, and that's for me right now in my privacy, and maybe down the road I will want to talk it out. But it's not easy at this moment. I'm just starting this and realizing mental health needs to be heard, and we need to all understand we're okay. Mental health is not our fault. It's not our own weakness. And we can't blame ourselves for everything. In relationships, it comes to two people, not just one. We all have our faults. We all have our goods. No one's perfect. But it all comes down to communication, figuring out that person and talking and realizing, is this something I can handle, I want to work with? Can they get my needs? Can I give them their needs? Can we all meet in the middle and compromise on things? Family and friends, same thing. We're all different. No one's perfect. We all have our own issues, good, bad. We have to stop judging. We all do it. We're all guilty of judging just by looking at that person. You don't even know them. You judge someone just by how they dress, or how they look, or if they have a piercing, or a tattoo, or their hair is a certain way. We have no idea what they're dealing with inside. And that's one thing I'm learning myself is slowly don't judge. And as soon as I feel myself judging, I give myself that snap of, you don't know. People don't know about you, you don't know about them. And when I actually do get to know some of those people, they're the best people in the world, and I know I can talk to them. And you want to talk to them. You want to continue to talk to them. You tell them to reach out. And for me, my mental health is an up and down battle. I could have a great week, I feel myself, and I might have a little downhill spiral. Where you don't know what caused it. You might wake up, or you might just feel your body go in this dip. And your mind's on a racetrack 24/7. You're trying to slow down those brakes, and it's just racing. Feeling like the days are not enough. The hours are too fast. And you feel like you can't get anything done. You want all these things done. You have creative ideas in your mind. You're trying to think of your career path on how you want to continue it. Or if you want something new. Or things you want to do, and you can't settle. You don't know where to start. And sometimes it's so overwhelming that it might put me into a panic. And my panic attacks starts off slow, where I know where it's coming. And I can sometimes control it before it happens, but when I can't, the heart starts pounding. The knots in my stomach come to, all of a sudden I feel like I have the flu. Because I'm sweating, I'm not hungry. I'm weak. I can't even move my legs. And then slowly that heart pounding becomes into deep to where I can't even breathe. And when I can't breathe, the brain stops working. You can't see clearly. You're not thinking. To that when someone is actually there trying to support and help you, and they're trying the best they can because they don't understand what's going on in your head, and you say, I don't know. We don't know, and you have to try to be patient and just help us calm down at that moment. Be there for them. Talk to them. Hold them. Whatever you know their needs are, be there. And when they calm down, they might see a little bit clearer and can talk, or really, we still don't know. And even at the end of a panic attack, how drained you are. It felt like you ran a marathon over and over, and that racetrack is still going. But you can't stop your life. You have to go to work in 2 hours, so you got to figure out how to calm down and put yourself together. Or you have plans, and you're now wondering, do I go make those plans still, or do I cancel them because I'm not myself? And this is daily for everyone who suffers. And I do apologize, this video might be all over the place, but that's me. I'm not perfect. In my head, I have so many things to say, but I don't know how to put them in order. So I'm just saying what I feel and what's coming out. Life is a puzzle. It's a chapter. We go through chapters. We can stay on a chapter for a few years, and all of a sudden it changes. Puzzles, they're not perfect. When you open the box, they're all over the place. It's your job to focus and put them together. Some pieces might take a little longer to find than others. You're turning that piece around, trying to fit it. That's our life, and that's okay. Life is it's not perfect. Life's always changing. And that's one thing I'm learning is I'm very routine based. Very routine from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, and if anything changes is very quickly on me, I get very overwhelmed. And it's tiring. I don't like it. And I'm trying to teach myself things change in a positive way. They are meant to change for a reason, and there will be a positive outcome. It might take me a while to notice that, a few hours maybe, but it will come to me. I don't operate like some people do, where it's that click of, it's a change, it's okay. Give me that time. I want to thank you guys for watching this and knowing it's not perfect. and it's not meant to be perfect because people need to see what mental health is. If someone edits it and takes away the parts that don't make sense or is just stuttering or all over the place, that's just taking away the truth. So enjoy the rest of the video, you guys, and thank you very much again. Hey guys, so this is one of the things I love to do, and it helps with my mental health extremely, is working out. I've been doing it for years, and I found it's just a release. So since COVID, obviously I can't go to the gym, but I just found a new way. Find some weights and doing it at home. Just a big help. No time. Do as much as you want, even some cardio, and see if it'll help you guys.